Hey guys, we're back again. It's a couple of days after we cut these dovetails with the little dovetail cutter, and I'm really surprised at how well that held up. It's still razor sharp. I often look at these little dovetail cutters and they look so flimsy, but gosh, it did a good job. And like I said, it's still razor sharp. So I got these off eBay. I think at $20 delivered. I bought two of them, so $40, but geez, yeah, great little job, and a beautiful finish up inside there as well. Just before I set up the end mill, I actually ran this backwards and forwards again at the coordinate systems I'd set up, just to take out any movement that may have occurred over the last couple of days. And you know, there might have been some, but it was pretty. You couldn't really pick it. So, but no, really happy with that little load. All right. As I said, this is the mounting face, and this is the face that's going to set up how accurate this unit is going to mount onto the lathe saddle. But I do have a very light overhang here, and it's maybe 5 thou, a little bit less on that one. So I'm just going to run the end mill across the faces to square them up and get them level with the actual base. And then I'm just going to run it across the top here and just square that all up as well. So we'll tick that over, see how we go. Sort of working off-handed here to keep out of the way of the camera. A little bit awkward, but we'll get through it. It will come off. I'm just feeling this out at the moment. I'm going to come right across the other side. It is taking something off. See what I'm really happy how square that is. That's pretty even Stevens across there now, just what I feel. I might climb, cut that on the way back. That was beautiful. It's funny, it came on, it touched just here and then it backed off. So very light bow in the middle there. But we're only talking a couple of tenths of a thou. Alright, we'll set up for the back, and we'll just give the backs a bit of a lick and we're done. Right, we'll just give the backside a very quick lick. Alright, done. I've got that squared up. The last thing I'll do before I break this setup is I want to drill and ream for some 6mm dowel, so that if these slideways ever come off, they'll go in exactly the same way they came off. So I don't have to worry about trying to get everything realigned again. So we'll set up for the doweling. Right, so I've centre drilled. I've drilled through a 5mm hole. I'm going to come through with a drill that's around about 1/10 thou smaller than the 6mm reamer that I need to put through. And I'm using the collet set here. I don't seem to have much luck with reaming. I tend to come out, you know, 1/2 thou oversize, and it may be that the chuck's not exactly concentric and it's cutting the reamer slightly over, but I'll see how we go with this. I'll drill it. I'll take it out, just make sure that I haven't done anything oversized. I'm going to be able to get my reamer in, so we'll just have a touch on there. Put a bit of go juice on it. Oops. So while I'm going that far, I'll get my little reamer. The last thing I want to do is go oversize on those dowels, so that reamer is going to fit. Right, let's take it down to the depth that we need to go down to. I'm drilling these about 20mm deep. And my digital read up at the top of on the quill here has got a flat battery, so it's not working real well. It's got to go off the scale. So I'm going to put in my reamer now. I'm not going to move that. I'll put that into back gear. And one thing I've always found with reaming is if you use a heavy oil, it seems to cut a little bit bigger in its diameter. So I'm just going to use the CRC for this. Nice light cutting oil, and we'll see how we go. Right, let's see if the guides have been kind to me. That'll be a beautiful fit. And that's it. That's an airlock there. And it just takes a little bit of force to get that in. All right. We'll go ahead and do the one at the back, and I'll do the ones on the far side. So we'll come back when that's all done. That's looking good. Alright guys, well that's all the operations finished on this face. So we've completed all our dovetail cutting. We've cleaned the ends off so they're dead flush with the base. We've machined just a lick across the top there to get that all nice and square, and I've done some dowel hole reaming to be able to fit dowels so we can get the assembly back exactly the way that it was machined. Alright, next operation is I'm going to flip it up 90 degrees, and we're going to drill and tap the mounting holes for the bridge that supports the screw for winding the slide up and down. So we'll break the setup, get everything cleaned up, and we'll come back and do that job. Right, we'll just tap these out. One of the benefits of having a riser on the Bridgeport is that I've got a lot more head height to be able to do these sorts of operations. If I didn't have it, I'd be struggling a bit. This is the time you don't want to break a tap off. Righto, done. So, yeah, loving these little spiral taps. The absolute bee's knees. And yes, if I did snap it off in there, I'd be over to my good mate Graham's to use his EDM machine to burn it out. So we'll champ for these, and we'll move on. Alright guys, we're going to start on the next job. I'm just going to do this, well, I've called it a vertical adjustment plate, but let's call it a bridge plate. Fairly straightforward. I've got a bit of 16mm thick stock by 50mm wide, and I've cut that back to length, giving myself a couple of mil to leave to clean up. Obviously this whole pattern here is going to change, and we're doing those as M5s as per our drilling and tapping on the actual dovetail plates. So I've got dimensions for this hole, which is going to carry the bush for the adjustment screw. I'm not going to put that in just yet. I'm going to wait till everything's assembled and I've got the slide plate machined out to fit the nut up, and then I'll take some datum points and transfer them through, and then we'll mark it up then, and then we can then do the boring for that. So no great headaches in this one. Give my recent form. Let's see how we go. Alright, we'll get over to the mill. Right, so we've got about 20mm to come off this, just shy of 20mm, so we've got a fair bit to knock off. So I'll start ploughing to that now. Right, I'll flip that over and continue to rough that out, and we're getting close to the finishes. I'll bring it back. Right, here comes the grain again, but we've machined the width down. We've left that I've left that 0.15 over so that I can just put that in the surplus grind and give that a lick. I'm just going to take off roughly a millimetre off each face on the tops and bottoms. So we'll go and do that now, and we'll leave, once again, we'll leave ourselves about 0.15 to clean up on the grinder. Right, I'll flip that over. So we'll take about a mil off this face, got about a mil to come off the other face as well. So I'll flip that over. We'll get that, as I said, about 0.15, 0.2 mil oversize for grinding, and then we'll set up to do the drilling and counterboring for those M5 socket header cap screws. Also, while we're over the other side, we'll mill the ends and bring that back to width. Should have about 0.15 left to go. We'll bring that back to 0.5 over. So it's 14.15 right now. .17. So 0.02. Tape, I'm not going to worry about that. Alright. I'll set up the end mill and we'll do the two end faces and get that back to size. Then I'll do a quick grind on the edges to set up the datums, then we can start drilling and counterboring our holes out. Alright guys, just going to take this back to width now. So we've got about 1.5 mil to go. I have about 0.02 left to go. Let's see where we're sitting. .03. 0.05 left to go. Now I've made this the same dimension as what the slides were on the outer faces on the slides. Yeah, it's 0.02 of a millimetre under. Alright, we'll leave it at that. I'll deburr that. We'll get set up in the grinder, surface grinder next. We'll do these two outer faces. I might even get a bit carried away and just give the outside faces a bit of a lick as well. Alright, we'll set up for that. Right, so we're just going to clean up these two edges here. I've already started licking this. You can see there's a dip in the middle, so she has actually bowed up like this. So we'll just take that out first. What I'm setting up to drill and counterbore the holes for attaching this onto the top of the slideways. So we've got our coordinate system worked out. We've done our 0, 0 come in with our centre, and we've used the back face as a datum. Come back 6mm. So we'll just do that whole pattern now. Right, I'll go through and drill these out, and we'll come back when we're doing our counterboring. Alright guys, we're going to do the counterbore for these M5 socket cap screws. This one here I'm going to drill the head for 8.5 and then go down with a flat bottom drill that I've just ground up. Didn't have one for an M5, so we'll just see how it goes. And my digital readout and the head's just packed it in, so I'm going to have to go off the scale as close as we can. Alright, let's see how we go. Righto. I'll get this flat bottom into place, and I'll just get this re-zeroed up, and I'll bring you back. Right, let's see how we go. Just make sure we're deep enough. Oh, it's going to be a tight fit. I'm just going to have to give them a flat bottom drill is just really undersized compared to the pointed drill. I'm just going to have to give these just the tiniest little lick on the head. I'll do that now and come back. Righto, just to take the tiniest little lick off that head to fit, but it almost becomes a dowel fit, which I'm happy about, to help locate that exactly where it needs to go. As long as all the holes are in the right spot. Righto. Let's make sure we've bottomed all those out. Yep. 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 Righto. I'll go and see how that's going to fit up on the slides. Alright guys, just show you how it looks all fitted up. That was a perfect fit. Gosh, you can hardly feel anything in that at all. That's perfect. Beautiful fit up, really happy with that. And the screws went in like dowel fits, so Really happy with the final result on that. Stick you on the back end. So, as I said, I won't do the boring for the screw bushing until we've got the main slide plate in place, and I can use that as a datum to come up and mark out where the exact centre of that is. So there's no way that that screw is going to bind while we're working it. Alright, another little piece of the puzzle done. Alright, I'll see you soon.